My name is Gregory Neesmith. The name of this is called the Leadership Mile. The M is for motivate, the I is for inspire, the L is for learn, the E is for empower, just so you know where we're headed. So I'm grateful to be out here doing some coaching consulting today for folks who help other underdogs out there who got the odds stacked against them, have things work out. So thank you for the work that you guys do. With that, let's do some introductions. Today's workshop is called Building a Winning Team. All right, so we're going to do introduction. We're going to do name and on a scale of 1 to 10, how great of a leader are you? 10 being the next time they have this workshop, you're going to be leading it. Obama, Martin Luther King, Sojourner Truth, those people ain't got nothing on you. You're like a 10. No more work to be done. You're like the gold standard. 1 is, feel like you got a lot of work to do. And you might be somewhere in between.
I will say a 9.
So my commitment today is that whatever number you're at, that we hopefully at least take it up 1 score. At least. So if you were 5, we hope to get you to a 6. So it'll be a lot of interactions today. You'll be working in groups, sometimes alone, sometimes sharing with the group, but we'll be interacting throughout a couple different exercises today. Cool. Everybody think about what their intention is for the time we have together?
From this workshop, I put to get as much information as possible.
Cool. So let's get into it. What does motivate mean? Let's talk about some ways we can motivate folks on our team and or even the students you work with. We often think about them in these 5 different ways. Have folks ever heard of the 5 love languages?
Yes.
Think of this as the 5 work languages. Contact, acknowledgement, rewards, assistance, and time. How do you like to be acknowledged? Acknowledgement's your favorite? What's your favorite one? You feel motivated and taken care of when someone does which one of these things for you?
Contact.
Okay, cool. Which one is your favorite form of, if someone wants to motivate you, which one, yes? Which one gets you going? You're like, you feel real motivated, real taken care of when someone does what?
Constant contact.
Guess what? Almost all of you said a different one. Damn. I was just hoping all I had to do was just acknowledge somebody in this room. Guess what? The teams you work with, the students you work with, they all have different ones too.
Yes, we do.
All right, so the point is, everyone has a different one. So as a leader, which one of these do you think you need to know how to do very well? Yeah, all of them. And guess what? Human nature is, we often either do most often what we like as motivation, or we often do most which one we think we do very well. And so the next exercise we're about to do is actually take some time for us to explore how we would do each of them. Like one example from each. And kind of get our brains and bodies and minds working around, even if you have your go-tos, to help you get more connected to all 5. Which one of these 5 are you going to use the most with your team or your students?
All of them. All of them.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Because just because 1 or 2 of those is the way you like to be motivated, doesn't mean that's the way your staff or your students do. So our ability to adapt and do what's needed to be most effective helps us be better leaders and better teammates. So we're about to get to the I in mine. Inspire. All right, so we're going to do our next exercise, which is turn to this page and take a few minutes on your own to fill out the answers to the questions in the 3 columns, which is, what do you want your team to achieve? Why do you want this? Like, what's the purpose? And what steps must we take to achieve this goal? So that's cool. This big thing called our why and our purpose, and that sounds, oh, that's cool. And it's important. And then there's like day-to-day inspiration where you have to literally interact with each other. Who loves giving and receiving feedback? Raise your hand high if you, raise your hand if you love giving it.
Giving?
Yeah, I mean love it. You're like a 10. You're like, I can't wait to tell somebody how bad they are or something. Well, no problem. Please sign in and please donate. Yeah, raise your hand if you can't wait to tell someone how good they are, how bad they are.
You just say feedback. You can't just, all feedback is not good, all feedback is not bad.
That's right.
Oh, but you confused me.
That's why I put it out there. Come on, man. You know that's why I put it out there. Exactly. I needed somebody to stop me. Part of the workshop. Thank you for stopping me.
You're welcome, sir.
It's something I want you to keep in mind the next time you get the opportunity to give someone feedback. Because feedback is about alignment. Just like the top of this page is all about alignment. Are we on the same page as to who we're helping? What the purpose is? Feedback. That feedback is about, are we on the same page about the culture we have here? How we interact with each other? So I always like to remind myself that it's always just about alignment. It doesn't have to be this big thing emotionally good or bad. It's just like, are we aligned or not? And there's certain ways that we want to operate as a team. And if someone is out of alignment, then we should go get back in alignment with them. All right. Next step. Got to keep moving. We got to get to the L and the my. We're almost done. L is learn. And hopefully folks are continuously learning. Who's a great listener in here? Who else? Who's a great listener? You're a great listener. Ashley, you just joined us? So come on down, Ashley. You gonna participate up here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, come on up. There's 3 types of listening. We're gonna have a conversation, and you're gonna tell me what type of listening is going on. There's 3 types of listening. Subjective. There is objective and intuitive. How's your day going today?
My day is great. So far so good. I mean, it took 2 hours and everything again. Other than that, I was welcome, so I'm great.
Cool. My day is great too. I got to wake up, come out here, be with this group. It's been a great day for me too. I call that hijacking. That's hijacking a conversation. Somebody tells you about their day, great, also mixed in there some challenges, and I'm like, cool, my day was great too.
I know you didn't wait.
What'd you say?
You didn't wait for her to ask you.
No, it's hijacking. Keep these in mind, ideally, if you're in a rush, objective, and if you have some time, intuitive, and steer clear of hijacking folks' conversation. What do you take away from the listening exercise? And actually, thank you. So lastly, we're on the E, empower. Who's ever heard of SMART goals? Raise your hand if you've heard of SMART goals.
You said SMART goals.
Yep. Specific, what'd you say? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-based. You ever say to somebody, get that to me next week? You ever say, I need you to do better next time? I wish you would be a little bit more on time. You ever say any of those phrases? I'm glad I'm not the only one. And guess what? What can people do with that? Nothing. Or actually what they can do is probably let you down, not meet your expectations. And whose fault is that when they let you down? Huh? Yeah. Because you didn't set them up and your team up for what success looks like. So SMART goals is a fancy term, somewhat fancy. When I have to boil it down to like its simplest thing, it's how much by when. I need you to be here on time every time. And if not, to give me 24 hours notice that you need to change your schedule. My request is that to improve your presentations, that you get them to me 48 hours in advance so we can review them together, and that you get input from the other staff prior to us presenting. Right? It's like, let folks know. So the next time there's a breakdown and you find yourself giving somebody feedback about something they didn't do well,
Your voice will pop it on.
yes. Think about, did you also acknowledge that, hey, you didn't improve on this, but also let me acknowledge that I didn't give you a specific enough direction either. And so you have my commitment that next time I will, and I also need you to do this, and this next time. All right? How much by when? It can change relationships. Not just your business ones. It can change your personal relationships too. All right, so intentions and reflection. Take a few moments and write down one thing you've learned and one new thing you're going to do as a result of today's conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're starting with Ashley. We're going around. One thing you learned, one thing you're going to share. Share. You're going to share both. But one thing you learned and one new action you're going to take.
I said that I learned different ways to speak to individuals and to also like listen more carefully for others' needs. One thing that I will do will be that I will be more attentive.
Okay. All right.
I learned that everybody is motivated differently. And I really think that the 5-method motivation was pretty interesting technique to take in.
Thank you.
So I learned about the 5 methods of motivation, and I will begin to use the contact method a bit more.
So I picked up that the staff needs more acknowledgement or just as much of acknowledgement than the students do. And to be more attentive and to speak to them a little better and to listen more.
I actually learned the actual name of how to motivate my students, because I feel like when you do those things, I just didn't know contact empowerment. And I'll try to make more time with the students and staff.
So then, in closing, I want to pause and stop for any last comments or any questions you may have for me or for anyone in the room.
Yes, thank you for being a good facilitator.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
And then with that though, I want to say thank you for your time, for your energy today. Also, special shout out to Benjamin for helping us get everything we needed so we could have the session and the exercises. And I appreciate what you do in the world and in this community, in New York City, and for these kids. And so hopefully today was helpful in some meeting. And have a good rest of today. Thank you.
Thank you.